Time for a bit of an awkward one, and that's the commission. Now, some agents call it the reward because at the end of the day, the only way that they get paid is if they achieve a figure that you guys are happy to sign on the dotted line for. But there's a few different ways that you can structure your commission, and I wanted to bring them to your attention just in case you have any sort of thoughts and processes around how you would like to reward your agent. Now, the first one, the most common one, is a percentage of the contract of sale. Now, that can be including or excluding GST, and make sure that you clarify that with the agent before you sign anything, by the way. But it will be a set percentage that, irrespective of where the price goes on your property, that is the percentage that is going to be paid of that contract price. Very standard way of doing it. Now, the next one is a more simpler way of doing it, and that's a set fee. Now, the thing with a set fee is it has to include GST. It is a set amount that, irrespective of where the contract goes, where the price goes on the property, that amount is absolutely set and will not move up and down. With the percentage, obviously, it will be pro rata based on the sale price. So the higher the price, obviously the higher the commission. But with a set fee, it is that one figure that does not change, and it includes GST. Now, the next couple are a little bit more detailed, but they can provide you with a degree of flexibility or a bit of a comfort blanket, depending on how you see it. One way is to have a range, a commission range. So you could say, for example, have a commission range between 2 to 2.5%. What will happen then is that when a contract of sale comes onto the table and you're happy to accept it, before you sign on that contract of sale, the authority will be side by side with the contract, and you will negotiate the commission within that range. Now, for some people, they like that freedom and flexibility. Generally, arty types don't mind that sort of thing. But for a lot of people, it leaves a degree of ambiguity. It creates a little bit of grayness with regards to what it is that the agent's likely to achieve. So for me, I would perhaps only recommend that you do that if you're a seasoned campaigner and understand and know your agent really, really well. Now, the next one, some people call it an incentive sort of strategy. Some people call it a tiered-based strategy or a ladder-based strategy. But essentially, all it is you setting parameters that, depending on where the sale price is achieved, you are happy to reward your agent with a little bit more. So say, for example, if we're talking around a $500,000 property, okay? You might say that anything below $480,000, you will only be paying 2% of the contract of sale. Between 480 and 5, you might be happy to pay, say, 2.2%. Between 5 and 520, you might say 2.4, and anything over 520, you'd be happy to give them 2.5%. Now, with that strategy, a lot of agents will use that as a way to try and bump up their commission from a low base. But from my point of view, you guys need to use it as an opportunity to give yourself a comfort blanket so that you know for a fact that you are protecting your interests and making the agent put his money where his mouth is, or her mouth is obviously, and actually go out and achieve what they told you they are going to go and achieve. It can be a really good way of going about things. I've had in my experience times when engineers, for example, have done 40 different commissions over a $40,000 range. Now, I love that, but it might pop some of your brains off, and that's completely fine. But if you want to have a play with that, definitely talk to the agent, because you might even just want to set one bar. So say anything below 500 is 2%, anything above 500 can be 2.5%. Or another way of doing it is to say you are happy to give a percentage of the profit over a set amount. So in that case, you could find that in an auction scenario, you might find that the reserve price is where that bar is set. So the commission could be 2.5% or 2% up to the reserve, plus 10% of any of the profit made over that reserve. So if the reserve set at 500,000 and the property achieves 520 at auction, goes over reserve by $20,000, it means that you would owe the agent an extra $2,000 in commission. Now, you're still $18,000 in the black, which is always nice, but the agent has earned themselves a little bit more money for them and their families and their business. So there's the 4 ways of commission setting, guys. You've got the set percentage of the contract of sale, you've got the set fee, you've got that grayscale range, which is an open range between 2 percentage points, or you've got a tiered based system where it provides you with that comfort blanket knowing that the agent is happy to forego some of their commission if the price that is achieved is a little bit lower than what it is that you were wanting to make.